All right, let's get straight to it. Think of this as a confidential briefing on how high-value digital asset transactions are meant to be done. We're going to cover the structural risks that public markets create for institutional players and, frankly, the professional framework you need for discreet and efficient execution. So, let's begin. The first concept we absolutely need to nail down is the visibility tax. Now, this isn't something the government charges you. It's a hidden cost, a tax that the market itself imposes on anyone trying to move a significant position. The moment your intentions become visible on a public market, you start paying this tax, whether you realize it or not. For a treasury, a sovereign entity, or a major family office, this isn't just some small cost of doing business. No way. It's a fundamental structural liability that's baked right into the architecture of public exchanges. Let's dig into why that is. This quote just hits the nail on the head. You have to understand, this isn't some trading philosophy or a matter of opinion. It is a structural market reality. For any sophisticated participant, viewing the public order book as anything other than a source of significant risk is, quite simply, a critical miscalculation. This brings us right to the heart of the problem, the market's architecture versus your needs as a principal. We're talking about two fundamentally different worlds of execution, and believe me, they were not designed to be compatible. So, on one side, you've got the retail architecture. It's built for high frequency, high visibility. It thrives on a constant stream of tiny orders. But on the other side, that's you. The institutional need is the complete opposite, absolute discretion for a single, massive block. Trying to use a retail system for an institutional purpose? Well, it creates an immediate and totally unavoidable conflict. Okay, so let's actually put a number on the damage this conflict causes. The most direct cost is a phenomenon we call slippage. This is where that visibility tax we talked about becomes a real, tangible, and measurable loss. The best way to think about it is like this. Your large order is like a huge ship displacing water. The very first part of your order might fill at your target price, sure, but it instantly consumes all the liquidity right there. So the next part has to fill at a slightly worse price, and the part after that at an even worse price, and so on. That progressive erosion of value across your entire transaction, that's slippage. And we're not talking about a rounding error here. On a single large transaction, you can easily see value erosion of 2 to 3%, just because of the mechanics of the public order book. On a position of any meaningful size, that translates into a significant and, frankly, an entirely avoidable loss of capital. But here's the thing. The professional alternative, it completely sidesteps this problem. In a private, over-the-counter, or OTC transaction, one single price for the entire block is agreed upon before execution even begins. There's no progressive price decay because your transaction never even touches the public order book. What you get is absolute price certainty. But the damage goes way beyond just the direct financial cost. For a prominent entity, being visible is a critical strategic vulnerability. It's about more than just the price you get. It's about revealing your hand to the entire market. This slide shows you the chain reaction perfectly. The moment your large order hits the book, your intent is public. Instantly, high-frequency and algorithmic systems detect it, and they start to reposition the market against you. They are literally front-running your own transaction. By the time your full order gets filled, the market has already moved, and that value has been captured by somebody else. So what is the solution? What's the right way to do this? It requires a move away from the public model entirely and into a professional framework built from the ground up for private execution. This is the framework that creates a truly secure environment. An institutional-grade transaction is defined by these pillars. It's governed by bespoke legal agreements, not generic terms of service. Settlement happens via a direct transfer between verified wallets, which ensures a clean, indisputable passage of title. Compliance is, of course, paramount, and stablecoins are used as a professional tool to bridge fiat-equivalent value instantly and discreetly, avoiding all the volatility of the exchange. The standard of governance here is exactly what you would expect for trading physical commodities, like oil or gold. This table really puts it all in stark contrast, doesn't it? With a public exchange, you get low price certainty, a very public footprint, and a generic legal framework. With a private OTC execution, you get a pre-agreed price, direct settlement, zero market visibility, and a robust, bespoke legal agreement that's tailored to your exact transaction. It's the difference between a public utility and a private chartered service. So this brings us to our conclusion. The choice between these two models, well, it isn't really a matter of preference. For a serious principle, it's a matter of professional standards and ultimately fiduciary duty. The fundamental takeaway is this: the infrastructure that serves the retail market so well is, by its very design, completely unsuited for the scale, the privacy, and the legal certainty that institutional capital requires. To use it for that purpose is to knowingly accept unnecessary risk and guaranteed value erosion. So we'll end with a question for you to consider. In a market that is defined by information advantages, is your current execution strategy actually protecting your position, or is it just broadcasting it to the entire world? The answer to that question determines whether you're paying the visibility tax or avoiding it entirely.